So, is 2024 going to be the year for animated movies? Well, let's find out. Hey everyone, this is Rabdi's Wild Animation Bliss, and welcome to another animated top series. So today's top 10 list I'll be doing today is my top 10 most anticipated animated films for 2024. Now I know that this video came out pretty late, like usually whenever I do the top 10 most anticipated animated films list for this channel, I usually do it in January, but because I had so many things come up in January, I wasn't able to do this video till just now. So yeah, this video kind of came out a little late, but that's okay because I still want to share with you guys what are some upcoming movies coming in 2024 that I'm really looking forward to. So before we get started with this video, here are a few things. Number one, this video is based off of my personal opinions, so there might be some animated movies that may be missing from this list. So if there are any animated movies that I missed from this list that you guys wanted to point out, please let me know in the comments down below. Number two, there's a possibility that the release dates of these films might change over time. Like I've been doing a lot of these top 10 most anticipated animated films lists for years now, and most of the time there's a lot of films on these lists that tends to get delayed. So you might see the same film pop up on next year's list or something like that because the film got delayed. So there's a possibility that the release dates of these films might start changing throughout the year depending on if the films get delayed or not. And number three, because I released this video pretty late in the year, there are some films on this list that are already released. So I will mention the films that are already released as of this video. So I'm going to consider those films as like films I'm going to watch on the back burner. Like those are going to be the animated films I'm going to watch later on or something like that. So be on the lookout for some of the films on this list that are already released to the public. And now let's get started with this list. Being released on May 17, 2024, the summary of If states, a girl discovers she can see everyone's imaginary friends and embarks on a magical adventure to reconnect forgotten Ifs with their kids. So even though If is a movie that's partially live action, I'm still really interested in checking out this movie because I love watching movies that have a lot of fantasy-like characters, and the fact that this movie is all about imaginary friends has me really interested because I remember years ago I used to watch this show called Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, and I really enjoyed that show. Like it was a really good show that was all about imaginary friends. And I'm always interested in watching movies that deal with imaginary friends or deal with fantasy-like creatures. So I'm really excited to watch this movie. Set to be released on August 2nd, 2024, the summary for Harold and the Purple Crown states, based on the children's book where 4-year-old Harold uses a purple crown to create a world of his own by just drawing. So I actually grew up reading a lot of the Harold and the Purple Crown books as a kid, and so even though there were some animated shorts made about Harold and the Purple Crown, I never actually seen a fully animated movie of Harold and the Purple Crown. So the fact that this would be the very first fully animated film for Harold and the Purple Crown has me really excited, and I would like to see how they're going to portray Harold in this movie and how they're going to portray the world made of his drawings. So I'm really excited to watch this movie. Set to be released on February 2nd, 2024, the summary for The Tiger's Apprentice states, Tom Lee discovers he is part of a long lineage of magical protectors known as the Guardians. With guidance from a mythical tiger named Hu and the other zodiac animal warriors, Tom trains to take on an evil force that threatens humanity. So, fun fact, this movie is actually already released as of this video. As I mentioned before, there's going to be some movies on this list that are already released, and The Tiger's Apprentice is one of those movies that's already released that I haven't seen yet. So this movie is more like on the back burner for me to watch rather than something being anticipated for. But anyway, I'm still looking forward to watching this movie because it deals with animals of the zodiac, and I'm always interested in learning more about the zodiac in general, and I just love the mystical nature of this film. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing The Tiger's Apprentice and seeing how this film turns out. Set Set to be released on September 13th, 2024, the summary for Transformers 1 states, the story of how young Optimus Prime and Megatron went from being brothers in arms to sworn enemies. So I believe that this is the very first fully animated Transformers movie we've seen in a while. Like, I think the last time we've seen a fully animated Transformers movie, it was way back in the 1980s with the very first Transformers movie. So I think that was the last time we've seen a fully animated Transformers movie. But the reason why I'm really looking forward to watching this movie, it's because it's a fully animated film about the Transformers, and because I'm a huge Transformers fan. And also the fact that this movie is going to be about the beginnings of the Transformers franchise, as we get to see how Megatron and Optimus Prime met and how they were once friends and then they turned into enemies of each other, has me really interested to see how their friendship ended. So I am interested in seeing the origin stories of Optimus Prime and Megatron, and I'm just glad to see another fully animated Transformers movie come out. So I'm really excited to watch this movie. As of this video, there is no release date for this movie, but the summary for Spellbound states, Spellbound follows the adventures of Ilian, the tenacious princess who must go on a daring quest to save her family and kingdom after a mysterious spell transforms her parents, the king and queen of Lumbria, into monsters. So, interesting fact about this movie, Spellbound was actually on my previous most anticipated films list because this movie keeps getting delayed, and so I've actually mentioned this movie a dozen times in previous most anticipated animated films list. But despite the fact that it keeps getting delayed, I'm still looking forward to watching this movie because I like the fact that this movie is all about a young girl trying to find a way to turn her parents back into normal after her parents are turned into monsters. So I'm really interested in the premise of this movie, and I can't wait to see more from this film. Set to be released on February 2nd, 2024, the summary for Orion the Dark states, a boy with an active imagination faces his fears on an unforgettable journey through the night with his new friend, a giant smiley creature named Dark. So this is another movie that's already been released, and is another movie that's more on the back burner rather than most anticipated movie of the year. But I'm still really looking forward to this movie because it does involve a young boy facing his fears, and I'm always interested in the concept of dreams in general, or just having the main character conquer their fears through like fantasy means. So yeah, I'm really interested in watching this movie because of the creep factor of this film, and because it involves the main character trying to face their fears, and I'm really interested to see how that's going to play out. Set to be released on March 8th, 2024, the summary for Kung Fu Panda 4 states, Po is gearing up to become the spiritual leader of his Valley of Peace, but also needs someone to take his place as Dragon Warrior. As such, he would train a new Kung Fu practitioner for the spot, and will encounter a villain called the Chameleon, who conjures villains from the past. So it's been years since the last Kung Fu Panda movie came out. Like, the last Kung Fu Panda movie that came out was Kung Fu Panda 3. So of course I'm really looking forward to watching Kung Fu Panda 4, because I've really been enjoying the Kung Fu Panda movies, and I am actually excited to see more adventures from Po and the other Dragon Warriors. So yeah, I'm really excited to watch Kung Fu Panda 4, and I can't wait to see what kind of adventures Po gets into in the fourth movie. Set to be released on June 14th, 2024, the summary for Inside Out 2 states, teenager Riley's mind headquarters is undergoing a sudden demolition to make room for something entirely unexpected. New emotions, joy, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust, who've long been running a successful operation by all accounts, aren't sure how to feel when anxiety shows up, and it looks like she's not alone. So to be honest with you guys, I haven't actually seen the first Inside Out movie yet. I actually own the movie, but I haven't watched the movie yet. But despite that, I'm still really looking forward to seeing Inside Out 2, because it's been years since we last saw Inside Out, or the very first Inside Out movie, and I am interested in seeing how Riley would fare as a teenager, and what kind of emotions she would have as a teenager. So the fact that they're introducing new emotions like anxiety into the mix has me really interested to see how these emotions are going to be getting along with each other, and how they're going to affect Riley as a person. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing some Inside Out 2. As of this video, this movie doesn't have a release date, but the summary for the day the Earth blew up, a Looney Tunes movie, states, Porky and Daffy, the classic animated odd couple, turn into unlikely heroes when their antics at the local bubblegum factory uncover a secret alien mind control plot. Against all odds, the two are determined to save the town and the world. That is, if they don't drive each other crazy in the process. So as you guys know, I am a huge Looney Tunes fan, and I'm always looking forward to seeing a new Looney Tunes movie come out. And even though there's another Looney Tunes movie coming out called Coyote vs. Acme that got a lot more attention than this movie, I'm still really looking forward to seeing this movie because it has Porky and Daffy together again on the big screen, and I'm really interested in seeing how their relationship is going to pan out in this movie. And the fact that this movie looks like it's going to be a 2D animation has me really excited, because I really miss watching movies that are in 2D animation, because I grew up with 2D animation as a kid and I really miss that art style. So the fact that this movie looks like it's going to be in 2D animation has me really excited. And of course, it's a Looney Tunes movie, so of course I'm always going to be excited when a Looney Tunes movie comes out. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing this movie, and I can't wait to see where this movie is going to go. Before I talk about my #1 most anticipated animated film for the year, here are a few words from the channel. All aboard the Animated Social Media Express. Want to send some tweets my way? Then follow me on Twitter. Want to join our special animation community? Then join our Discord group, Animation Bliss. Want to see more updates on our YouTube videos? Then check out our Facebook group, Animation Bliss. Want to download on everything going on with this channel? Then check all of the above. And now, back to the video. Set to be released on May 24th, 2024, the summary for the Garfield movie states, Garfield, the world-famous Monday-hating, lasagna-loving indoor cat, is about to have a wild outdoor adventure. After an unexpected reunion with his long-lost father, scruffy street cat Vic, Garfield and his canine friend Odie are forced from their perfectly pampered life into joining Vic in a hilarious high-stakes heist. So, I am a huge fan of the Garfield franchise. I used to read a lot of the Garfield comics as a kid, and whenever I have the time to do so, I still read Garfield comics to this very day. And I used to watch Garfield Friends all the time as a kid. So yeah, I am a huge fan of Garfield in general. And the fact that they're finally making a fully animated movie about Garfield has me really excited. Like when I saw that trailer for the Garfield movie, I was like, oh my god, the animation in this movie looks fantastic. I definitely gotta watch this movie. So yeah, I'm really excited for the Garfield movie, and it's my most anticipated animated film for 2024. So those are my top 10 most anticipated animated films for 2024. As I mentioned before, there were a couple of films on this list that are already released, so I just had to go out and watch those films whenever I get the chance to. But tell me in the comments down below, what are some upcoming animated films in 2024 are you guys looking forward to? Please let me know in the comments down below. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Rabbit's Blog Animation Bliss, and I'll see you guys later. Hey animation fans, like this video? If you want to see more animated content from this channel, then please hit that big old animated subscribe button so that you can get more awesome content from this channel.